He generously handed the homeless man 10 bucks, but the guy wasn't satisfied in the least. He turned around and started eyeing the rest of the cash in his wallet. Though Carl was extremely reluctant, he forced himself to say yes. His behavior left the homeless man completely baffled. The reason Carl acted this way was because he had recently attended a mind-numbing self-help seminar by some so-called success guru. The guy on stage basically just repeated one word from start to finish: yes. Carl was a first-timer at these kinds of seminars and didn't buy into the success guru's spiel at all. But when the guru noticed Carl's skeptical reaction, he marched right up to him and told him that as long as he kept saying yes, Lady Luck would always be by his side. But if he ever refused, he'd face divine punishment. After the seminar ended, when the two of them were heading home, a homeless man spotted Carl's fancy car and actually asked Carl to give him a ride. Carl was about to turn him down without a second thought, but thanks to his friend's crazy encouragement, Carl ended up saying that word, yes. And just like that, this total stranger somehow ended up in Carl's car. Once the homeless man got in, he asked to borrow Carl's phone. What Carl didn't realize was that something inside him was starting to change from that moment. On the way to their destination, Carl found himself infected by the homeless man's optimistic and positive attitude. But when they reached the outskirts of town, Carl's phone died. Just as the homeless man was getting out of the car, he suddenly turned back and asked Carl for money. Carl figured since he'd already started down this path, he might as well see it through. He forced himself to agree to the homeless man's request, despite feeling uncomfortable about it. On Carl's way back, his car ran out of gas from the detour to drop off the homeless man. With his phone already dead, he had no choice but to grab a gas can and walk in search of a gas station. But he never could have imagined that this very act would lead him to meet the most important woman of his life. This woman was just like Carl. She loved doing random, quirky things. When she learned about Carl's experience, she was immediately charmed by his interesting and genuine story. Before Carl could even strike up a conversation with her, she offered to give him a ride back. But this woman was a bit different. Not only did she like taking selfies while speeding, but after dropping Carl off at his destination, she gave him a very special gift.